sound, no cuckoo, no music. It's for sale. If you like this one, don't worry, we give you a new one. And when you have this one, for instance, on the wall at home, and you still want to hear the bird, well, then you have it by yourself a little bit. So that was the first clock media. The next generation are these light ones here, and these are the classical Black Forest clocks. We call it here the clock with a painted face. It's a wooden front, it's hand painted, normal weights, a normal pendulum, and 2 hands for the minute and 1 for the hour. Inside an 8 days movement, so just once a week, you just have to pull the weights up. This is something special, it's a collector's item, 100 pieces worldwide. And second, you can see there's something on the top, our Black Forest edition. That look for the men in the Black Forest here, you can see you have to work here. Behind the man stands the lady. If you're not working hard enough, then you have something like that. And now it's going to be 11 o'clock, so she hits it 11 times.
You hit the head?
Right.
Poor woman.
Oh.
Man, is that the man?
That's the man.
It's a bullet behind.
It's a girl.
This is one bullet here.
My God.
If you want to try, this is the real one.
I'll stay away from you.
Or one for the experts.
Oh my God.
Well, the painted face clocks are older than cuckoo clocks. They were made around 1720. And the first cuckoo clock is this one, was made around 1860. This is what we call here a railway station clock, because the first cuckoo clock was hung up in the railway stations. That's why the first design of a cuckoo clock has the shape of a station house. And this here outside is more or less the track of the train. And of course inside, the cuckoo. Don't forget, always wear this half, you hear it once. And if it is 9 o'clock, 9 times, 10 o'clock, 10, 5 o'clock, 5, so the cuckoo bird tells you the time. So it's simple, if you hang them in the kitchen, you are in the living room, you hear 6 times a bird, 6 o'clock. Well, now we come by this big one here. To make something like this, you need a little bit of time, between 6 and 8 weeks for one big one. The wood we use is, we call it here linden wood, and in Canada I guess you call it lime wood. It's very soft wood. All the decorations here are doing by farmers in this area. They do it here mainly in the winter time, because in summer it's nice hot, but in winter it's freezing a little bit. Minus 25 to minus 35 here, and we have snow till the ceiling. So for the farmers there is nothing to do outside. Simple, for a little bit extra money, they make them parts for the cuckoo clock. Every farmer makes one part. So some people make guns for hunter clocks, what you see here. Another one makes just the cuckoo birds, or just a rabbit for the hunter clock. So this is after the hunting, and so it is before the hunting. You can turn them upside down if you will. Or if you have 2 or 3 right hands, you make something nice for the bigger one. And that's simple, when the roads are free from the snow, we collect all the items, put it all together, and then in the summertime, we try to sell them. Inside an original cuckoo clock, you have a classical mechanical movement. That is what you see here. There are 4 different kinds of movements. The movements are made in TDCs, about 5-6 miles from here. This smallest movement on the right side is for a one-day clock, so every day you have to pull up. The next one is a little bit larger, it's for a weekly one. This is also one day and the other one is 1 week, but by these 2 here, you see a disc on the top. Well, on this disc, we put a dancing figurines. That means these are for the clocks with cuckoo and music, and the other ones have no music, they just have cuckoo only. Well, the only part, what comes from Switzerland, if you have a clock with music, is the music box. This is this part. This is the only part that is Swiss made. On this roll, you have 2 different songs. One is Edelweiss, and the next is Happy One. I'll let you hear the sound. When I turn the roll, and then I think you hear nothing. That's why it's made in Switzerland. Now the trick is always you have to put them on a piece of wood. Yeah, now I do it again.
There you go.
So you need always a piece of wood on your music box, because the wood is more or less the amplifier. If you have no wood, you have no vibration. Yeah. And then you hear. And I put it this on a piece of wood. Well, of course, inside the cuckoo clock is not a real cuckoo clock, that is not possible. The symbol of wooden head, this one is always there, it won't fly away, and even you don't have to feed it. And the sound of the cuckoo are made by two bellows, just like this. A simple two pipes, so the air goes in, it comes out. Well, these are for big clocks, and of course we have also a lot of small ones. It both fit in the small one. Especially for the small ones we have tiny bellows, what you see here, and then you hear a baby bird. So the bigger the clock, the longer the bellows, the deeper the sound. Well, the first bellows were made of goat skin, but after a while it's finished. Nowadays it's a combination of nylon with cotton. It lasts for about 30 years, 30 to 40 years or more or less. That's why we give you also, for the mechanical cuckoo clocks, a warranty of 2 years, and we have that service almost everywhere. But only for Canada we have 1, we have for the States we have 5, in Australia, well, almost everywhere. Don't forget, when you see later on the cuckoo clocks on the wall, they're just for display. We have new ones already packed, tested them well, ready for transport. You can take, you can ship, we do everything for you. But always at home, read your manual. Yeah? You don't have to study German, everything is in English. The bellows, for instance, are locked with a clip, just like this. That means from here to your place, you have no sound. Yeah? Every cuckoo clock has on the back a door, just like this. When you open that, you see left and right the bellows, and in the middle the woodland. On the red clips you can pull out. So just what you have to do, just remove the clip, and then the sound. This is very good if you buy a cuckoo clock and you want to take it by yourself. You have it in a nice bag from us. And when you're on the airport, you hear no cuckoo cuckoo. Yeah? So nobody knows that you bought a cuckoo clock. But don't forget at home, just remove the clip. Well, finally the weights, and on the weights you can see what you have. Metal weights, cast iron. If you see the small weights, 1 day. Yeah? So the weights are going down before they're reaching your floor pull up every day. And by the big ones you have to pull up once a week, so daily or weekly. And then by all the very little clocks you have something like this down under. Well, and then sorry for you, you have to pull up every 5 minutes. No, please don't pull this is decoration. Yeah? We have even battery clocks also, so this has no function. Don't pull this, because if you pull this it comes off, and then you can use it. Well, we have clocks on the wall with 2, and we have 3 weights clocks. 2 weights means no music, only cuckoo. If you have 3, you have cuckoo and music. Every weight has its function. One is for the cuckoo, one is for the time, and the next is for the music. Also, something special is on the left side. If you want to sleep at night, you can turn the sound off. Your clock is still running. Simple to switch up, then he's running without cuckoo sound. And in the morning, if you want to hear the bird again, simple to switch down, and now it's going to be 1 o'clock. One time the bird. So please don't shoot the bird. Well, if you want to follow me to the wall on the other side, then explain a little bit about taxi.